Okay, you're on camera.
Hey, I'm on camera.
So it's a typical Wednesday morning here in Banderas Bay. We're in La Cruz, Mexico. And Pat's got his coffee and his breakfast. And at 8:30...
And spare parts.
And spare parts, because that's what we always have. But at 8:30 every morning except Sunday, they do a cruiser net on the VHF radio on 22 Alpha. So today, you guys get to listen along with us on today's net, see if there's anything interesting, and then...
It'll be super exciting.
It might be super exciting.
Or super boring.
Right, which is also okay. Anyway, this is our typical morning routine here in Banderas Bay. Let's listen to the net. Welcome aboard. We are Pat, Alexa, and Gilligan the Fat Boat Cat. We still work and live aboard our 57-foot Nordhavn in Mexico. Follow us as we cruise, explore new cultures, appreciate the wonders, and work on our boat in exotic locations. We are Noeta with no ETA.
And welcome to the Banderas Bay Net for this Wednesday, the 5th day of March 2025. My name's Kurt, sailboat linger longer, and I'll be your net control for today. Please make sure you're on high power for the duration of the net. First of all, is there any emergency, medical, priority traffic, or any relays for said traffic? Please come now. Nothing heard. Let's start with check-ins. Good morning, Marina Barata. Good morning, Nuevo Nayarit. Good morning, Business Line. Good morning, Paradise Village.
La Cuna.
Good morning, Cadenza.
Good morning, Shadu.
Good morning, La Cruz, Marina, and Anchorage.
Saint Louis. Wings.
Wind Charmer.
Very Mare.
Good morning, Eyes of the World.
Good morning, Surface Interval. Sea Lark.
White Raven.
Fly away.
Noeta.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Malaya.
Hello, Taboo.
Hola, Naughty Siesta.
Buenos dias, Dovka. G'day, Tino Pi.
Good morning, Wanderlust. And good morning to all other check-ins around the bay.
Good morning, Jada G. Windward.
Good morning, Marina La Cruz.
Good morning, PD Sailing and North Sails.
Thank you all for your check-ins. Do we have any new arrivals or returnees to the bay?
Good morning, this is Surface Interval. We arrived on Friday, and this is the first time we're getting around to tuning into the net.
Well, welcome to the bay, and I hope you stay a while and have some fun. Anyone else any new arrivals or returnees to the bay?
This is sailing vessel Rocinante. We just arrived yesterday.
Oh, welcome. Anyone else new arrivals or returnees to the bay? Are there any departures from the bay?
Sea Lark.
Eva, go ahead.
This is Leanne from Sea Larks, and we have Captain Jeff, Dylan, and First Mate Charlie. We are taking off from Marina La Cruz in just a couple minutes. We're going to begin our passage across the Pacific. We'll probably hang out in Punta de Mita for a couple days till the wind fills in, and then we're off.
Fair winds. And I hope you enjoyed your stay. Anyone else any departures from the bay?
Kamahele.
Repeat the boat name and tell us where you're going.
Kamahele. We are headed to Mazatlan via Chacala.
Fair winds to you as well. Lots of nice places to stop between here and Mazatlan. Anyone else departures from the bay? Good morning, Mike. Could we please have weather and the tides?
Hey, good morning. Okay, clear conditions continue, and we've got a change to just onshore flow westerly outside the bay, and that'll affect our thermal direction here on the bay today too. So you guys in the Anchorage, get ready for that to come through you. We'll see strong thermal development and that'll come up and kiss the anchorage. We expect the same for tomorrow as well, and then we'll see a shift back to northwesterlies outside the bay. The usual time will pick up coming on around 2 o'clock this afternoon and running through 4 or so, and probably shift to offshores just with temperature change in the evening for you guys in the anchorage. We will see downflow through the 2 Cortez developing as we come through the weekend. That'll happen for a couple of days, and then we'll go back to mild conditions after that push. That's all due to a front pushing into California. Okay, tides for the day. Puerto Vallarta, Marina Vallarta, 7:41 this morning, a 0.52 low tide. 2:10 this afternoon, a 1.48 low tide, or high tide, excuse me. 4:36 this evening, or afternoon, a 1.41 low tide. 12:43 after midnight, a 2.92 high tide. 10:37 tomorrow morning, a 0.56 low tide. La Cruz to Nueva Vallarta, 7:25 this morning, a 1.61 low tide. 2:04 this afternoon, a 2.79 high tide. 4:31 this afternoon, a 2.72 low tide. 12:11 after midnight, a 4.43 high tide. And 10:14 tomorrow morning, a 1.84 low tide. And incidentally, for tomorrow, the morning hours will see California Antes in reversal with southerlies, and then they'll shift to onshore flow westerly as we get later in the day. So anybody going north today and tomorrow is a great window. PV Stanley clear.
Thank you, Mike. Do we have any notice to mariners or official government bulletins? A reminder, especially to those folks who just got to the bay, there have been instances of theft in the anchorage. So if you're in the anchorage, please make sure that your boats and motors are out of the water and somehow secured, as well as things like if you have generators on deck or things that would be easy to remove and sell. And if someone is on your boat, try to scare them off, and try to keep an air horn handy, and you can alert the rest of the anchorage that something's going on. Okay, moving on. Mail call. Anyone flying out and willing to take flat stamped mail north?
Taboo.
Taboo, go ahead.
Not due. So aim for 11:30 at the office in the cruise.
Thank you for that. Any land rides offered or wanted? Any crew positions likewise? Has anyone lost or found anything? Boaters assistance or services offered or needed?
Raina La Cruz.
Go ahead, Kat.
Alright, if you're on the La Cruz side, it is Propane Wednesday, so leave your tanks outside of the poolside deli right near the public bathroom by 12. They will be returned between 3 and 5. They'll be locked up at dock 9, and any security can get your tank for you.
Excellent service there. Anyone else? Boaters assistance or services?
This is Oso Del Mar. I missed the early check-in at the start of the net. I'm looking for a short length of 1/4-inch shaft packing GFO type. Shaft packing 1/4-inch, maybe just enough to get one wrap on my shaft. Anybody have a little extra out there?
Midnight Blue.
Midnight Blue, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I have some 1/4-inch packing over.
Okay, you guys can get together after the net and figure out how to work that out. And it's, love it when a plan comes together. Anyone else? Boaters assistance or services?
Panther.
Panther, go ahead.
This is a long shot, but I'm looking for a tricolor combination anchor light at the top of a mast for a 50-foot sailing vessel. Went into Puerto Vallarta, can't find one anywhere. Does anyone know where I could find one of these?
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie, go ahead.
Yeah, the vessel is looking for the strike color.
Yeah, that's Panther.
Panther, contact me after net. I have a shipment coming from San Diego.
10-4, thank you, Timothy.
Once again, like it when a plan comes together. Anyone else, boaters, assistance, or services? Treasures of the bilge, anything for trade. General announcements.
GA.
GA, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm still looking for a 1.5 to 2.5 horse outboard 2-stroke, running or not. And also, Treasures of the Bilge, I've got a lot of Perkins 4108 spare parts if anybody's in need.
Marina LaCruz.
Go ahead, Kat.
Okay, tomorrow, Thursday, for our free Thursday movie night, we shifted it. It will be at 7:30 since it gets dark later. So 7:30 at the amphitheater, and we are featuring Tetris. So really cool movie. Again, that's Thursday movie night, 7:30. And also, those of you that did order your chicken pot pies, if you could please just drop off your 100 pesos over at PV Sailing, that would be awesome. I will be collecting those on Thursday for you, and I'll make an announcement when you can come pick them up at PV Sailing. Marina LaCruz.
PV Sailing.
Go ahead, Mike.
Coming up today at 3 o'clock, we've got our beer cans going to be happening. That'll be hosted by Vallarta Yacht Club. Starting area is down on Flamingo, which is about halfway from between La Cruz and Nuevo Vallarta. All the information will be conducted on Channel 7-2 as well if you're coming out for that. Tomorrow we're going to have our seminar with Gray Capo, Everything Communication. And that's all about radios and how to make them work right, including single sideband. So that'll be 2 o'clock in the VIP lounge tomorrow. PV Sailing Clear.
Free Ranger. Free Ranger, go ahead.
Morning, soccer kids. We're going to do soccer this morning right after the net. We've got a shorter time frame this morning. We've got to finish by 9:45, so we'll probably go straight into a World Cup. So bring your shoes and your water, and we'll see you by the pickleball courts. Oh.
Anyone else? General announcements. Open category. Anything at all.
Service interval.
Service interval? Cool. Go ahead.
Thanks. We're big scuba divers over here. We just wanted to share with the group that we are trying to sell our next gen generator. It's a 5.5 kilowatt generator, fully functioning, but we did an upgrade to our electric system and just don't need it anymore. So we're putting the word out there. It's for sale.
Open category. Anything at all for the net. Well, I have something before we go here. Some maritime trivia. Kind of, sort of, almost literary. On his fishing boat, Pilar, which was a beautiful 38-foot wood powerboat, Ernest Hemingway used a machine gun to fend off sharks intent on eating his catch before he could bring it to the boat. Now that's got to be kind of an interesting thing. Boom! Pull on the reel, jump up on top, fire the machine gun, go back, try to get the fish in. It's got to be quite an exciting thing. Anyway, anyone else? Anything at all for the net? Once again, thank you all for joining the Banderas Bay Net. This frequency is now clear and available for hailing.
Midnight Blue, this is also Delmar. You want to switch to...
And that's right.
That's that.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's debrief that net.
Yeah.
How'd it go? First off, when
How did that go?
in many places in the world, there are the port captain or whatever will allow you to have a hailing channel. And so when you get to a port or before, you do some research and you ask what that hailing channel is. No Foreign Land will usually list it. Noon Site lists it.
Yeah.
A lot of the cruiser guides will list what the hailing channel
Here
is.
in Banderas Bay, it happens to be 22 Alpha,
Yeah.
which is in the States, of course, a Coast Guard frequency, so you'd never be able to do it. But down here, they don't really care.
And then the netiquette of that, and we use it all day long, the cruisers do down here for, looking for a ride to shore or some help with an anchor or whatever it is you need.
It's a hailing frequency.
It's just the hailing frequency. And so what that means...
Gilligan.
Gilligan has something
He's
to say.
hailing us.
Yeah. Is you can call another boat or call the fleet, But then once you make contact, you need to switch channels. You don't have a conversation on that main hailing channel.
Which is etiquette anywhere in the world,
right.
you know. Yeah.
Right. So that's the... Hi, kitty. Sorry, he's talking at us. But a couple things for... one thing for Mexico in particular, and we don't know about other countries yet, but we're given the privilege of using 22 alpha. One of the things we can't do as foreigners is sell things for money. So on the net, we trade for coconuts, and then you go make a plan.
Make a deal on a private channel, like on your phone or in person.
Right, for trading for coconuts. Yes. So that's
coconuts.
Just etiquette here. So you'll hear a lot of trading for coconuts down here. But what else about quality of radios? Yeah,
it's real important before you come down, before you really go anywhere, make sure your VHF or single sideband is in really good working order. You know, make sure the connections are good, the battery is good, your antenna is good. We actually had on our 50, we had an antenna actually fail. Mm-hmm. We figured that one out because we couldn't hear boats that were maybe 100 meters away from us. Mm-hmm. So real important, good quality radio, and there's also a technique for talking on the radio, talking into the mic.
And you do a lot of mic talking, so.
Well, I'm probably not the best example because in the airplane the mic is real close to my lips, which here isn't necessarily good because the microphones, it's just, I don't know, it's a different technique.
Right. And we've been told by the guy who does the radio checks you do hold it close, but at a little bit of an angle.
A little bit of an angle away, and just talk, enunciate, you know, project, because the amplitude of your voice actually translates into the amplitude on the radio frequency. Mm-hmm. So it gives it a stronger broadcast. When you whisper, can't hear it. Yeah. So just like a normal conversation voice, or kind of like what we're doing now.
Right. And in today's net, we did hear some people you couldn't hear their voice, or their quality was poor. Maybe they were further away. That's also a possibility.
Yeah, our net is the entirety of Banderas Bay, which is I think it's the 4th largest bay in the world. So, you know, somebody could be on the other side, which is, I think, 15 miles or so. I don't think it's that far, but anyway.
No, it's not.
It's quite a distance. So again, good radio, good batteries.
Yeah, radio check. There have been a couple issues in this bay with people either having a hot mic, so it affects all of us. We can all hear something. And last month there was somebody.
They were doing data transmissions on 22 alpha, so you'd hear it'd be like, you could hear this like. Or I can't even do the sound, but it would be...
For a long time, and all of us in the bay were hearing it. So you don't do data transmission using 22 alpha is the key there.
Yeah.
It's a really great tool to have and to be able to communicate with people around. I know on this Pacific side of Mexico, La Paz has a cruiser net like this. During high season, there is one in Tenochtitlan. I think in high season,
there is. Yeah, pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, so as long as there's somebody willing to put it together and have an organized system, you could do one at really anywhere
and
that you are.
It's great for passing information. You heard we had some outboard thefts going on the last month, and so we've got the authorities involved now. But you know, in the meantime, everybody's coming up with a strategy on how to do that. And the great part about the radio net is now everybody's talking.
Yeah.
And so.
And they have a plan for turning on lights. They have a plan for loud whistles and horns. And in the 4 weeks, I think they've been working on that. Today's the first time I've heard somebody even have a suspicion of a boat. Now it's tricky because it's also somewhere they fish out in the anchorage. And so you want to honor the fishermen who are still doing their thing, but still be vigilant.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the tough things, because like the fishermen are doing stuff and we might perceive it as suspicious, and they're just going about their lives trying to make a living
at 11 at night fishing, normal.
And they're fishing, which is normal.
Yeah.
So you know, you gotta kind of think through the process. You know, what are they doing? Are they looking at our outboard? Are they dragging up their nets?
Yeah.
Or setting nets?
Anyway. So that's radio netiquette here in Mexico. Anyway, leave comments if you've got other radio net stories from around the world, because we've got more places to go and explore other nets, but that's what we know down here in Mexico. Cheers.
Bye.